There are many situations that may lead you to consider selling your current home or moving into a smaller one. Kids leaving for university, cashing in on a retirement plan, or the pressure of property upkeep. Whichever reasons you are feeling, we will ask your real estate expert on what you need to know when downsizing. Thank you for being here, Jay.
Good to be here, Molly.
All right,
Always.
so there are many people who are thinking of downsizing.
That's right.
What are some of the things that they need to keep in mind while they go through this process?
Yes. It's all about life situations, and there are several. I mean, I've got about 10 items here that we need to look at from 10 different perspectives. The first one is facing finances, life situations, and profits.
Okay, explain what that means.
You really have to look at your income, expenses, and where it's going to be both currently to the next 1 to 3 years. Then you look at the home that you have, and then you see what is your capacity to enjoy that or be able to maintain that income, or excuse me, that expense, and or increase it, or the other way around. And your choices to sell, to buy another home, are usually depend upon that mortgage payment.
All right, yeah, because there are many people who need to downsize.
Life situations.
Yeah, and one of the other reasons some of people are being forced now to downsize is these really high utility rates.
Yes, that's a challenge.
That's
so you have to
huge
look at that.
challenge.
Yes, because you're right. Because the bigger the home, and if you don't need it, and the kids have gone to college, and you have a home that's 3,000 square feet, then the cost to heat or cool it is going to be that much more.
I know, because the hydro rates have gone really through the roof. Yeah,
That's one consideration versus a home versus a condo, where either it's smaller or some of the older, but they're not really old condo, but the old as in beyond 5 years, where the maintenance fee includes everything. So you're not in any way locked, or you're not exposed to any increase or of any pressure, financial pressure from any undue bills.
all right. So number 2, you said you have about 10 points.
Absolutely, Molly. And number 2 is the fact that is the word community and family connections, which is how close or how far are you to that which is important to you. You might sell your home, or you may not be close to family or a certain community, your church that you are a part of. So that second part is a very important element in how you decide your future moves.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that a very important consideration in making that decision is to see where you're moving.
Yes.
You don't want to downsize and become isolated from your community, from your family.
The context of that which is important to you, i.e. your community, your friends circle, your church, your family.
All right, very important consideration.
Yes.
Okay, so bear that in mind. Anything else?
Number 3, the real estate market. That's what we do.
Okay.
Because if you're thinking that the market is high today, which it is and strong, and there's a need for you to protect the equity in your home, and you really need to make that money when sold will lock in the savings, and that can be your retirement, then that could be a reason for you, the real estate market, for you to sell and hedge your equity against any losses, should there be, and we hope not.
Okay. Next.
Number 4 is independent thinking and advice.
What does that mean?
Well, that's why you have a realtor. You see, and well-meaning family members, they could have emotional ties to the home, including your children, and they don't want the property sold, and because they have a lot of memories and ties. So then you need to call me so that I can give you objective advice.
That's right, because there are many situations, and we have encountered many, where people are unable to decide because their family members, their co-workers, or their neighbors are giving them advice.
That's right.
And it is not wise for you to, they're well-meaning,
Well-meaning.
but they don't have the knowledge or the expertise of real estate.
That's right.
So they may be well-meaning, right? But then to rely upon their expertise
That is correct.
to make such a vital decision could actually be dangerous.
Exactly. That's why the word independent, very important.
Okay, next.
Okay, good. Next, home maintenance and the ability to manage it. The cost. It's a cost issue here. Home maintenance. Look at your lifestyle in your home. What's required to maintain this home, both physically or for you to financially either have it maintained, replaced, decks, as we discussed on a previous show, or one that's coming up, and your ability to do all of the above to enjoy those facilities in your house. If you feel that in the next 5 years or something, it's going to be difficult, you make a decision to sell and move based upon that.
Yes, all right.
Make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Next.
Sure. Next would be lifestyle limitations, gains and losses. So, and what I mean by that, it kind of ties into facing finances, but you see, if your lifestyle that you have chosen and you make a decision, maybe you're going into a retirement place and you want to travel, if that's going to cost you, that's going to cost you money in the future, then you make a gain on your home by you make a decision to sell your home or not, so that you can live the lifestyle of your dreams.
That's right, yes.
Condo, lifestyle. A lot of people will move from a home to a condo or vice versa, because that is that lifestyle that they've chosen or they're planning to go to is very important.
That's right, because if your plan entails traveling,
Yes.
then moving to a condominium might be a really good idea.
That's
for you,
right.
right? Because you don't need
That's
anybody
right.
to maintain your property, and you have security.
That's right.
Right, so once you lock your condominium and you leave, it's pretty much worry-free.
You're footloose and fancy free,
Yes.
so to speak.
Okay,
Yes.
next.
Square footage. So let's say you want to plan an art studio in your home, and is that enough for you to live the life that you want to do? You plan to have more children, expand your family, have parents come from overseas perhaps. So that decision about the square footage of either a room, a basement, where you can have dance parties, or the entire home is very important in how you plan in the next couple of years.
All right, so
Yeah.
anything else?
Yes. I would say I'll be down to 3 more items that I feel are very important. And one of
Okay.
that is number 8 is property payments. As long as you have a fixed mortgage, prices are what they are, but the rates are low. So you know that you're guaranteed the payments. What you don't want is any surprises, because should there be a change or fluctuation in interest rate, that's going to spike up, or we hopefully not, but it can spike up your payments. Is that going to affect your life? Yeah.
Because owning a home is associated with joy,
Yes.
pride of ownership.
Yes.
But many times people make the mistake of buying something that it's very, very difficult for them to carry.
Exactly.
And so all the money that is coming in
Yes.
goes pretty much in the upkeep and
Exactly.
the payments on the house.
Very, very, very
And
important.
that can make you a little bit resentful towards your house, right? So not a good idea.
Yes. It should not be all about the home, so that the pressure should not take you away from enjoying that which you're investing in.
Okay,
That makes sense, Molly?
very much.
Wonderful.
Anything else?
Yes. What I would say is be a realist. In other words, as much as we feel that we do want to maintain a home because we know that's what we always did, and a family, it's just you have to own a house. But be realistic in making decisions. If it means selling and going to a smaller home, or again going back to a condo, or let's say you have a cottage and that drive is becoming too much for you. Let's just be realistic. In other words, don't allow outside influences to in any way force you to keep or not to keep real estate in your world.
That's right, because a lot of times people hang on to these properties for the fear of what will the people say.
That's right.
What will my family say?
That's right.
Will they think that we have fallen on hard times?
Many, great example, Molly.
That's
great
right.
example.
Because it's not about anybody.
It's just about you.
It's about you.
I have a final point.
Okay.
And the final point is take your time. Once you've sold, once you made that decision, once you've signed off, you can reverse it. So if you're thinking about all the points that I've discussed with you, you met with me, you looked at your finances, I looked at options of property values, you looked at the square footage. Yes, you know you want to have an art studio, but is it really, let's be both realistic and then take your time before making that move into investing or acquiring that, because once done, it cannot be reversed. I mean, you can go buy another one, but we all know. So
it's costly, it's very stressful. Who wants to do that?
So my word of caution to our viewers is that I'm really gonna encourage you, I wanna implore that you take your time, call me, and I promise you, and I assure you, if you are in this circumstance, you will get a patient ear, you'll get an objective perspective, and an understanding person who will give you a true perspective, as if I was making that move. What would I do? That's how I would advise you.
All right, so there you go. So if you are one of those people who's considering downsizing or know of someone, here's a person that you need to be contacting, and he will give you the right objective opinion that you can count on and rely upon.
Yes.
Where can people reach you, Jay?
647-273-1119.
Go ahead, call him now. Thank you for being here, Jay.
Good to be here, Molly.